Yes. So guys, we are going to start with chapter number 2. What is chapter number 1? We covered business process automation. Majorly in business process automation, if you see, enterprise risk management we covered. You remember ERM? Yes. We connected that with COSO framework. You remember COSO? Committee of Sponsoring Organization, which is nothing but your internal control. Correct? Internal control, you need to study that as per SA 315. You will cover that as per the auditing. All this when we told, then risk and controls of specific business process. So there only we covered about P2P. What is P2P, guys? Procure to pay.
Procure to pay.
OTC.
Order to cash.
Order to cash. ATR. Accounting to reporting. This accounting to reporting only is finance and accounting. That is chapter number 2. So HR, fixed assets, all these things we were able to cover and make it strong. So I told about control. I told about risk and control. What is there in risk? Types of business risk, types of risk we had. Then risk related terms we had. You remember? Shall I tell you what is that so that you will get the grip? Asset, vulnerability. Answer to vulnerability is countermeasure. Vulnerability will lead to threat. Threat will lead to risk. Then you will have attack, likelihood, and exposure. Do you guys remember those terms? What you should try to do is just touch on that for 15 minutes today. You will be able to remember everything. If you don't remember anything now, openly it is evident that you have not touched on the book after the class. As simple as that. If you remember, you can be in a position to tell it very easily. Automatically that flow will come. Many people ask the faculties, right? Sir, how are you able to remember all this? What the faculty will say, do it for 4 or 5 times, automatically you will also remember. That's what they will say, correct? Conceptually, the faculties might take it, but when it comes to memory, it can happen to anyone, correct? Aarti can do it even more fluently if she does it for another 5-6 times. Yarni another 6-7 times, correct? So it is only depending on each individual responsibility. Now Gopi might take 3 times only. 4th time he'll be able to easily tell. Vikram will do it in the 2nd time itself. That is depending on the capacity. But the point is very simple. You do it again and again, it will come to you. If you don't do it, it will be very tough. You will feel like, sir, when will be the next class starting? So that shouldn't be the point, because if you are in touch with the subject, then it is all easy. Are we clear? Yes. So chapter number 1, we were talking about risk. We are talking about control. We are talking about risk and control. And then other small compliance aspects and all we told. IT Act 2000, Companies Act. We are going to touch all that, this and all, and we completed. Now, question and answer alone, if you cover, you will be able to see it in the recorded videos. And then summing up, we will try to do it in the crash course. Chapter number 1 is over. Chapter number 2 is finance and accounting. I already told you in the expansion itself, half of the 2nd chapter, correct? So I told business process modules. In that, most important business process modules are some 5 or 6. Totally 12 business process modules are there. There is a concept called MIS. Guys, expand MIS.
Management information
System. Now, when you have 20 customers, you can manage it very easily. 2,500 customers, what you will do? You need to have a system to manage. So that's called management information system. That's all. Do you remember XBRL? What is XBRL?
Extensible
business reporting language. So that is also there. Very simple. Digital business reporting is called XBRL. You guys have ITR to be filed? In your firm, you will have ITR to be filed. What format you will save that ITR?
XML format.
You remember XML format. If at all you go to articles, you will easily tell XML format. Same format is XBRL also. It's a digital business reporting. Now, I'll ask you one simple question. Guys, what standards do we practice for accounting for our country? What standard?
Accounting standards.
Accounting standards. Now it has come as Ind AS, correct or not?
Yes,
no.
Sir.
For the whole world, they do they use Ind AS? No. What they do? What is that they use? IFRS. Now, financial statement. What is our schedule number? As per what schedule we prepare financial statement?
Schedule 3.
Schedule 3. Very good. When we studied the Companies Act, I would have talked about 7 schedules. If you remember, the 3rd schedule is nothing but your financial statement. I said, please go and connect that with chapter number 9 of Companies Act. What is chapter number 9? Accounts of companies. Correct. So if you are able to connect with all that, what am I talking about? I am talking about for India only, we use Ind AS and accounting standards, not for the whole world. Then you prepare financial statement as per schedule 3 only, correct or not? What about USA? As per schedule 3, they will prepare. Huh? No. What about Europe? What about Finland? What about Italy? So the point is, don't you think you should consolidate all the numbers? Don't you think then you should have a uniform pattern? Guys, I speak Tamil, correct? So each of them, maybe Achyut speaks Malayalam. Maybe one fellow speaks one thing. In Tamil itself, there will be like, if it is Coimbaturian, they will speak something different Tamil. Chennai, I will speak different Tamil. Now, what is the base language for all of us to communicate now? English. English, correct? So for whole world, if you try to speak English, it is going to be there. In India means then they will say Hindi, correct? So whether we know Hindi or not, we try to somehow communicate. So all that we try to do it. Now, don't you think for the financial statements for the whole world, you need to have a base language? That base language for reporting is called XBRL format. When you try to put that in XBRL, any country's financial information will be in alignment. It will be uniform. Now in school, do you know that which student is rich and which student is poor? Mostly you will not be able to find it. Why? Because we have uniform. Correct? The uniform was brought only for that. You will not know for birthday, maybe you try to do. If you are having a good day, same uniform. If you are having a very bad day, same uniform. If you go to PT period and fall in someone else and then the whole dress is damaged, next day, different uniform. But uniform is same, correct? So only we kept it as uniform. Don't you think for financial information also, we need to have a base? For that, you need to do a digital business reporting. That is called XBRL. Are we clear? Okay. Now, you know the basics of all these things. Now, then the most important concept that you speak in chapter number 2 is ERP. Expand ERP, guys.
Enterprise Resource Planning.
Enterprise Resource Planning. We simply say software for the company. ERP software. Correct? So when we say ERP, correct. So a small ERP is called Tally. A biggest ERP is called SAP or Oracle, whatever we try to use. What is that we are trying to say? Now, for one company, how many ERPs they will use? There can be many, but to prepare one financial statement, they will prepare only one ERP. Let's take, for example, Tata's. For small automation or for small management information system, they will use different ERPs. But to prepare financial statement, they will try to use only one ERP and they will not change. See how many departments or functions will be there in Reliance. So what they try to say, all the departmental functions are aligned using the help of one software to prepare one financial statement. It is called ERP. Are you clear? So all the departmental functions are aligned. For example, marketing, they may try to use Oracle. For for HR department, they try to use even more a smaller software. Like that, different ERPs we use. I'm not talking about that. When you align all that to prepare one financial statement, you will use only one software. That is called ERP. Are we clear? So all these basics and all, if you know, then it is going to be done. Okay. Now, I will ask you one question. Will my date of birth change when I join the company? No. After 4 or 5 years, will my date of birth change in the company? No.
No.
Will my age change in the company?
Yes.
Yes. So every year you will keep on be increasing that in the age, correct? They say you will have to grow up. Grow up na enna solluvom? We say aalum valarano, arivum valarano. Correct? Both these things should develop. You should not be like gigantic in this pandemic period, but this is not at all growing. Correct? This only is important. Remaining and all is after that only. Correct? The point is, what is permanent is called master data. Now, when I update my date of birth in the data in the company, it is not going to change at all. Every year you will change date of birth. No. So it becomes a master data. What is non-master data? The data which changes frequently, like your age. So there are two types of data. What are they? Master data, non-master data. But for that, you should know what is data. Guys, what is data? Data means what?
Information.
It cannot be called information because when you process the data only, it becomes information. Data is only raw facts and figures. You will only try to have. Guys, do you remember accounting standards studying about inventory? You study about inventory in the group 1, group 2 and all. Now there will be 3 stages for anything for a stock. Raw material, work in progress, finished goods. Correct or not? Raw material is like data. Work in progress is information. Finished goods is knowledge. Correct? Guys, you have come for knowledge. But you are only with the data. You have no idea what chapter 1 will be there, chapter 2 will be there. You are in data. So what does a faculty or a guru does? When it is faculty, it is relating to subject. When it is guru, it is beyond subject. Correct? That's what we say. Correct? So the point is, you do not know anything, data. Now, when you process the data, it becomes what? Information. When you wanted to make that as a finished goods, you call it as knowledge. Correct? Why I am talking about this? Because to know about master data, non-master data, you should know what is basically data. Data is what? Raw facts and figures. Now, when you have data, you need to have a system. Correct or not? Are you understanding the flow, guys? Are you understanding? From nowhere I am connecting all that we will try to write in the MCQs now. So I'm just giving you an introduction. After that, in the remaining 1.5 hours, we'll be able to quickly glance through chapter number 2. We are fresh. So only I am speaking for 15-20 minutes. Correct? Are you understanding? I would not have done that after 8:30. I would not speak like this without even asking you to write. Now we are fresh, so I am speaking. So I hope you will understand why I am trying to do it now. Okay, yes. It will become a practice after 4 or 5 days. Early morning 6:30 and all I speak, you will understand what I am speaking. 10 days before, if I would have done, you would have been like, somebody is speaking. He is disturbing my sleep. His voice is disturbing, is what you would have felt. But slowly it has become a practice. Some people and all, if in the family, if they speak early in the morning when you are in the halfway, you will be like, please don't speak. It is disturbing my sleep. Correct? So sometimes that should not become like you should not tell a faculty, sir, your voice is very bad. It is disturbing my sleep. So better you keep quiet for 10 minutes. You cannot say. Correct? So the point is, it will become a practice after a point of time. Now, after ITSM only, many people are seeing sunrise also. Correct or not? Okay. You would have always only be seeing like 12 o'clock sharp, it goes in the front. That time only you will be like waking up. That too, sun would have woken you up. You would not have done it voluntarily. Okay. Anyways. So what is the point that I'm talking about is system. Guys, I talked about system in the class, in the first class also. Is this a system? I asked you this. You remember? It does 3 things: input, processing, output. Computer system is a system? Yes. Input, processing, output. Now I am talking about IPO, input, processing and output. What is process? Converting input into output. Correct? So what we are trying to do is only that for your chapter number 2. This and all, if you majorly cover, then it is going to be easy for us to understand. Shall we go to chapter number 2? Are we ready? Yes. So the basic introduction I have already done. Let me see if you are able to see this particular sheet. Is the font size clear? You want me to zoom in one more? This is fine?
Yes.
Okay. See guys, you don't need to write everything. Just try to understand what I was talking about all this time. So write the heading finance and accounting systems. We are done with chapter number 1 very convincingly. We are into chapter number 2. system. Okay. What is system? I already told you it should have input, processing, and output, but they will not tell it like that here. What they will say, set of detailed methods, procedures, and routines to carry out an activity to solve a problem. Indirectly, they will try to say, how will you solve a problem? Only if you know input, you can process, and then only you can go for output. So detailed methods, procedures. So the system has too much of detail, correct or not? One system will be interconnected with another system, but everything is always not interdependent, correct or not? Guys, everything should function in the exam. What and all should function in the exam? When you write the exam, what and all should function?
Mind.
Brain.
Everything, whole body should function, correct or not? You cannot say, sir, when hand is moving up, leg also is moving up. Will you say, sir, brain alone is not working in the exam, everything else is working? What is the purpose? So, are you understanding what I'm saying? Detailed method. Think from this system also, think from computer system also. Detailed methods, procedures, and routines to carry out a specific activity and to perform a duty to solve a problem. Are we clear? First, I will cover some 6, 7, 8, and then you can write it down. One thing, if you keep on be writing, it will take our time. Okay. So what we will do is, don't write now. First, listen, get the concept. Then you can do copy paste. Okay. There is no hurry now. First, get the concept, put in the head. Then you can put it in the notebook. Second, process, guys, very simple. What is process? I told you, converting input into output. There is nothing to study beyond that. Correct? Point number 3. Guys, how many types of data?
Master data.
2. Master data, non-master data. Master data is permanent. It is relatively what data?
Permanent.
Permanent data. What is the example I told you?
Date of birth.
Date of birth. It is not expected to change frequently. Now I am telling one simple example called date of birth only. But think about the system, software. When you try to use accounting, sales and all, purchase and all, it will always be master data. Vendor master data, customer master data. They will only add things. They will not frequently change that master data. What is non-master data? Non-permanent data and expected to change frequently. Types of master data, I am marking it important. Why? Exam question. How many types of master data? Guys, types of data is 2 in number, correct or not? Yes, master and non-master. How many types of master data? 4 types. They will ask this in the exam. How to remember? AIPS. What is this AIPS? A, accounting master data. I, inventory master data. P, payroll master data. Payroll means what, guys? HR. All the salary that this component. Statutory is compliance rules and regulations. Statutory master data. Is it easy to remember? AIPS. Don't write anything unless I am asking you to do. Okay. From the school, you know what is our bad practice? Before even the teacher tells you do something, whatever they write in the board, you will also sit and copy. Then she will say, "Ayyo, this is from 5th standard. You guys are only in 4th standard." She will rub everything. You will also rub everything. You will not know why you wrote first. You will not know why you are rubbing now also. Don't have that practice even in the professional course. Correct? Without knowing, we studied something in the school. You do not know why you are studying also. Still you studied. Correct? You did not know why you drew that amoeba, but still you will draw. You do not know why you draw that cockroach for 7.5 years. You will still draw. You do not know even now how cockroach will look like. Correct? You will escape. Girls and all, we say cockroaches, they will jump from one room to next room. Correct? So it is automatically possible. Correct? Boys also will fear, but they will not show off. Both are fearing only. Okay. Anyways, I'm not talking about cockroach and all now. What is zoology and all? We have already studied enough. Now, without even knowing what we did, we wrote in the notebook and we were waiting for the teacher to explain. And we were like, "Miss, I finished it early and you will happily sit. You will not know why you wrote also." Don't do that in the professional course. So only say first listen and then we can accordingly go. Correct? Do you guys remember all the school times? It will be fantastic, no? Happily, you will never feel like you will wait for lunch period until I have never wait for lunch period. Lunch period, my lunch I will have. in the breakfast or in the middle period and all, someone's lunch I will have. So I will always be like, I will be like continuously in the gap of the period when people are jumping from one bench to another, I will not jump and all. I'll happily sit and sleep in the last bench. I am and all as a last bench fellow. I do not know which bench you are all. I last bench. Happily, I'll be like in the wall, I will be like launching, and wherever there is anything, I will be the first person who will kindle all the people to smile or laugh, but I will be quiet and people will be like caught. I'll be like happily sitting in the last bench. So I'm always that kind. So anyways, so the point is with there only you will have lunch box. No, easily you can take and have. First bench, you cannot have anything. Anyways, I'm not coming inside that. Anyways, we are recording all this also. Okay. So now coming back, that's okay, no issues. Now coming back, types of master data. Now, accounting, you need to have a master data. Inventory, stock level. Guys, opening stock, closing stock will change. But you need to have an overall stock level to see what is there. No, then only you can account it for a year. Payroll, who is coming in, who is going out, how much salary you paid, what is the promotion, how he is recruited, what is the compensation, all that you will have to find. Statutory master data is based on compliance requirements, correct? Laws, regulations and all you need to comply. No, all this it is going to be there. Guys, then they will talk about basics of voucher ledger. I am not going to 11th standard again to tell you what is voucher ledger, but generally voucher, what we will say, it is a
Evidence.
documentary evidence, correct? So you will prepare voucher for everything, then you prepare the double entry system, all these things they would have already told. How many types of ledger accounts? What you studied in 11th standard first class, I am telling you now. Personal account, ledger, real account and nominal account. Now I am not talking about all this in a too much way. Now directly coming to types of software. Guys, there are two types of software. I wanted you to mark it in green color. Why dark green? Because it's important for exam. What are the two types of software? Front-end software, back-end software. Now you guys are there. You are in Google. You are trying to search how to pass EASSM easily. Even after attending Bharath sir class, you are Googling. Let's keep it for an example. Okay, leave Bharath sir. Okay, how to pass EASSM easily. Okay, now how do you went inside that Google box? What are the steps? Can you tell me? How you went to that particular place in the search box? How did you go? Tell me in a step. You switched on your computer. You pressed on the web browser. Then it opened Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or whatever. Then you went and typed in www.google.co.in. Then the search box came. How to pass EASSM easily. Till that, are you able to connect with you and the computer? Yes. The moment when you press enter, what happens? There will be like information coming from different people. One North Indian faculty would have spoken, one South Indian faculty would have spoken. Sometimes you will see my face itself saying that from the Premier Academy's video, you would have got that connect. Like that, there will be something. Now listen carefully. Till you type how to pass EASSM easily, you were direct connect with the system front end. So user and the system was connected. The moment you press enter, it is going from different links and telling. You will not know how it is searching, but it will search and give. That search engine will give. Now that is called backend. You will not know how it's working, but it will. That backend will connect with front end. Because what is the front end? How to pass EASSM easily. You are the user. How to pass EASSM easily in the Google search box is front end, and the details that you derive from that is back end. So what are the two types of software? Front end software and back end. Some directly will interact with the system, some will not directly interact with the system. Are we clear? So are we clear? So front end means system and user. Back end means front end and back end. Backend will not communicate with user. It will not come and tell you directly. It will only tell the front end. Front end will tell to the user. Correct? Are we clear? So that is going to be important. See what is front end and back end. A part of overall software which actually interacts with the dash.
User.
Interacts with the user. Back end software. Part of overall software which does not interact with the user, but interact only with
Front end.
front end only. Are you guys understanding the concept? With simple example I told you. Can you quickly take down all these things? Not all these things. Don't bother about system. Don't, or you can write system, you can write IPO, input, processing, and output, and you can say method, procedure, and routine. Process, you can just say converting input into output. Types of data, master permanent, non-master not permanent. 4 types, AIPS, voucher, documentary evidence, ledger and all, don't even take. Types of software you can take. I'll give you 5 minutes. Can you quickly tuck do it? Then we can go to the next 10. Yes, start writing. Get the grip, start writing. I will scroll up. Yes, start. Maybe I can make it bigger if you want for you to take it. Write only the keywords. Don't write everything. Okay, write only the keywords. Write only the keywords, guys. If you know the base, it's enough. You're done. Very good.
Yes, sir.
Shall we go to the next level, guys? Easy to understand when we do like this. Okay, now see the next one. Layers of application software. They'll ask this very importantly in MCQ. Please mark it down. Layers of application. You don't need to write now, but just listen carefully. How many layers are there? Application software, 3 layers are there. One is application layer, another is operating system layer, another is database layer. Usually in software, we will try to have only this, correct? In software, for example, in operating system, for example, you have a system, correct? How the system boots and functions, how it gets switched on? It will get switched on only when you have an operating system, correct? Including your mobile or whatever the system that you have, operating system should be there. Then in your mobile or in your computer system, you will have applications, correct? You will take it from the application store, Google Play Store, correct? All the applications, and there will be database, and that's where you will collect all the data from. So what are the 3 layers that you have? Application layer, operating system layer, and database layer. You will connect that with chapter number 3. Please write this along with me, guys. Other things I will say don't write. Please write along this with me. Connect with chapter number 3 when we were talking about IS components. Please write this and keep IS components. You will talk about software. In that software, you will talk about all these 3 softwares. Please write like, you can hyphen, you can say connect, not just application layer, the whole thing. Okay, I will remove this and I will put it here. Why I am putting it here? Because it's applicable for all the 3 layers. Are we clear? Can you take down this? So you don't need to write things separately. You can just see what I am trying to underline as a keyword, because anyways, you are going to cover that in the chapter number 3 in a major way. So what are the examples of application software? SAP, Oracle, MFG Pro, like that you can have various examples. Please mark this also and write. Mark this also and write. Examples also I wanted you to write. Now, once you are done, stop writing. Then I'll explain you everything till 20. Okay. So we can tuck, go and cover what is there. You don't need to write everything, but still, once you are writing, give me the time, I'll explain. Write only till 13. Examples I'm asking you to remember, not everything. I'll reduce the font a bit so that I can explain it better. Okay. Guys, you're done? Shall we go to the next level? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now see here, you don't drop your pens. For the first lesson, don't write anything unless and until I ask you to do. Application layer, what it will do is it will receive input and do validation. So what I will write is, I will only say validations. So application layer will try to do all the validations. Guys, application software is different. Application layer is different. So don't confuse with that. Operating system layer, it carries and instructions and process them using the data stored in the database and return the result to the application layer. This is the connecting layer. Now what I am writing here, I am saying connect what? A and D. Guys, what is A? Application layer. What is D? Database layer. So whatever is data stored in the database, they will connect that with the result to the application layer. So connecting A and D, simple answer. Database is collection of data. Data collection. That is how you can remember. Data collection and storage. Easy to remember, guys. So I am telling in one line so that it's going to be easy for us to cover. Next, when you cover the applications, in this applications you have no. In this, maybe I'll use a different color ink so that it's easy for you to track. See what I'm doing. I am using a different color ink now. Application layer, I am marking this both in the same color. So from the application layer, there are two applications that are there. What are they? Installed application, cloud application. They are asking this in the exam. Shall I tell you how? Because many people will confuse that with application software. This is application layer. So understand both are different. Application software is the overall set of software. In that one part is only application layer. As I've already told you, in application software, you will have application layer, operating system layer, database layer. In simple words, application software includes application layer. Application layer is a part of application software. Are we clear? So you can try to remember this. I am talking about types of application layer. There are two: installed application, cloud application. Very simple. Now, when you have an external hard disk, when you install all that, then it is called installed application. Hard disk of the user's computer. Are we clear with the story? Now, when I try to put that on the web server, when I put that in the cloud, that means it is not directly in the hard disk. It is on the overall uniform platform. When I try to use a web browser and a web server with an internet connection, it is called what? Cloud application. Most important thing to be remembered is this only. Non-integrated system. Guys, listen carefully. Integrated system means what? Everything is connected. Non-integrated means everything will work independently. That means when we say integrated system, centralized way. When we say non-integrated system, decentralized way, because everything will work separately. Guys, marketing department works exclusively based on HR department? No, that is different. This is different. Everything is forming part of the department only, but you don't have any interdependency on that. That means what? Decentralized way. Are you understanding? So non-integrated system, what I will write here, guys. Example, departments. Because department will work in centralized way or decentralized way. Decentralized way. Now only I told you, right? Exclusively. Now you will not say like finance department will always be concentrating on marketing. What is marketed, you will account it there. That's all. Finance and accounting. It will not be like always dependent on that. So that small connection only they will try to say here in non-integrated system. Guys, are you clear till this? Can you write down what you have written last? This you would have written application layer. Immediately write after this itself, write application software includes application layer. Next immediate line write so that you will not have a disturbance. Cover all the keywords that I told you. Quickly write, 5 minutes I'll give you. Write only keywords. Guys, you should know as a professional not to write everything, but to understand the keyword and write correctly what is there. Don't copy paste everything. Because framing of sentence is not the purpose. Understanding the concept and keyword only is the purpose.
Done, sir.
Done. Very good. Guys, everyone is done. Vikram,
Sir.
completed?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good. Okay. So if you are done, guys, shall we go to the next level? Yes. Are you getting this interesting? First telling you the concept and then writing, you will never have a problem. Let's quickly take for an example. Sir, I have only 10 minutes. What I can do in the 10 minutes, we can visualize like this for one full chapter. You cannot think of doing anything in 10 minutes, correct or not? 10 minutes, 10 minutes, you watch one video, 10 minutes gone. At the end of the 10 minutes video only, you'll think why we watch this video, correct? So whole 10 minutes is waste, but you will never be like doing it. There will be no productivity when you try to do all that. But this 10 minutes is enough for you to quickly understand. Guys, did you even write what is non-integrated system? Decentralized way. Did you write that also?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when we are done with that, then we can go to ERP. Guys, ERP, what did I tell you? I told you it is a software, correct or not? Software to integrate what? Integrate what it will integrate, guys? Departments. So that's a easy way to say. What here they will say, it will coordinate, it will say integrate, coordinate all the resources, information and activities. Guys, are you understanding the story? See, what is told in material and what I told as a story will be same. Coordinating everything. What and all it will coordinate? resources, information, activities, everything. Correct? Okay. Now, guys, listen carefully. I'm going to talk some concepts. Listen carefully. Now, will there be a storage place for data? Yes. See, collection of data is called database. Okay. Storage of data or repository of data is called data warehouse. You know what warehouse is? What they will do in warehouse, guys?
The store.
They will store what we otherwise call it as warehouse is otherwise called what?
Go down.
Go down. Correct. You try to keep everything in that. It is more like a depot. You will try to keep everything. You will have a repository of the all the stock items that you try to have. But when you have like that in data, it is called what? Data warehousing. Please find the difference. Collection of data is called database. When you have a storage and repository of all the data that is required, it is called data warehousing. When you try to find that from that particular data warehouse and somehow try to take that required data, it is called data mining. Are you understanding the difference? Database is different from data warehousing. Data warehousing is different from data mining. Can you write down that line? Can you write down that line? Database is different from data warehousing and data mining. Write in your notebook now. Why I'm asking you to write? Because all these concepts you will study this in EAS now. I'll again repeat. Database is different from data warehousing and data mining. You know how I will ask people to write easily? DB is different from DW and DM. So you can easily remember DB is database, DW data warehousing, DM data mining. You're done with that?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
what is the data warehouse? You don't need to write all this, guys. You don't need to write everything because we have already told it is a repository of stored data, electronically stored data. You can add one more thing, which is this important point. It is to facilitate reporting and analysis. Please write that. Data warehousing is designed to facilitate. This point I wanted you to write. See what I am doing it in green. Designed to facilitate reporting and analysis. Remaining and all, we have already told the story. It is not going to be so big and tough to understand. Are we clear? Processing or transforming data into information and all is not a big deal. You can easily do. You don't need to write that. Are we clear till this? You are done till this? Next line right. Next line right. There are two types of access controls. I'll add it here so that you will know this. There are, see what I'm writing. I'll write in capital letters. There are two types of access controls. Are you able to see this? Two types of access controls. Shall we go and write what is they? What are they? RBAC and RAC. RBAC and RAC. What we are going to study in our syllabus is only RBAC. Can you guess what is RBAC?
Role-based access.
Role-based access control. Are you able to see this? RBAC is role-based access control.
Sir, is RAC random access control?
No, random access control is different. This is rule-based access control. RAC is rule. RBAC is role. நீ சொல்றது random access memory, not control. That is RAM. That is different. We will cover that in chapter number 3. RAC is rule-based access control. For your old syllabus, we had this. RBAC, RAC difference. We don't have here. We are only studying RBAC. So they may ask you this in MCQ. Expand RBAC, they can ask. For A, option A, role-based. Option B, role-based. Correct? Like that, they can confuse you. Answer is what? Role-based access control. That means what, guys? Irrespective of whatever role you are in. Correct? So you can be a CEO, CFO, manager, department head, country head. Access control will be policy neutral for all the people, same access control only. Are we clear? So write RBAC is equal to policy neutral access control. See what I have told here. Important question, so I'll mark this immediately in green color. Please write this. Policy neutral means what? I will not differentiate because you are changing the designation. It is going to be same. If you are inside a corporate, everybody is same. What regulation and restriction I have, definitely CEO and CFO also will have. Are you understanding what I'm saying? See what I am studying here. Guys, listen. Policy neutral access control mechanism, defining the roles and privileges that lets the employees having the access rights only to information they need. See what I am writing. Only what they want they can do. They cannot take everything and prevent them from accessing the information that is not needed by them. That means what? Irrespective of whichever role you are in, what access you have been giving it to the non-master data, correct? You cannot access the whole master data, not possible. Only non-master data, what is available to you, that alone access rights you will be able to use. Are you guys understanding it? So please try to write, access the rights only to the information they need. Are you guys getting it? Policy neutral access control mechanism, most important keyword. Then shall I use whatever I want? No. Irrespective of the role, what is designed for me, that alone I will use. Are we clear? Easy to understand. Now you will have no confusion because you are not studying RAC here. You will study only RBAC. Next, what are the controls for controls implemented by RBAC? They call it as two controls. What are they? Mandatory access control, discretionary. What is to be done for sure is mandatory. Recommendatory is discretionary. Okay, right. Controls implemented by RBAC, mandatory access control, discretionary access control. Are you clear till this? So many types will be there. So we need to be careful in studying. Types, heads and all will be like small heads will be there. 1 mark only, it will change over the whole thing if you don't understand the concept. So be careful. Now you will not know the importance. Sit in the examination, think you are in the examination hall. You don't have all, you don't have me, you don't have these questions. They'll ask only question, 4 options they will give. And you will feel like all the 4 options are almost the same, correct? All this problem you will have only when you sit in the examination hall. So now itself make it very strong. So that when you sit in the exam hall, you will laugh and say, ICA, I know that you are trying to confuse me. I have already studied this properly. Don't play all that with me. You will write the answer and come, correct? You will not speak like that and all. Then they will think you are a mental fellow. You will not speak, but you will only think inside, correct? But basin regadanga. ICA, I know what you are doing now. Okay, so be careful about it. Yes. Now, are we clear with what you have done till now? I'll give you 5 minutes break, guys. Because after that, I am going to cover the remaining 20 portions or 25 points, which will be like in a quick way. I'll be like going in a quick way, tuck, 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 I'll go. So at that time, you should not be like, I do not know what is happening. So 5 minutes, I'll give you a break. Have a good break and come. When you come back, I will cover the remaining things. What is important, we'll write. Other thing, understand only, so that when you watch the video, it becomes easy for you. Are we clear? 5 minutes. Time is 7:40. 5 minutes, I'll give you. We'll cover the next after 5 minutes. Okay, take a break and come. Okay, so guys, what did we do is, I think I did not record a bit of things. I think we should cover. What was the time I gave you a break to study so that I can quickly make people glance, so it should be easy? What was the last time I gave you a break? Any idea? What did I ask you to study? This and all we studied, management, control, that, this and all. Just quickly tell so that I can cover that in the recording also. Not too many things we missed out.
After break, we started with
From operating control.
This one and all we covered. Sorry, what? Operating?
data.
Operating control.
That was the last thing.
Yes, sir. We prepared chart.
Tell me the number.
Control.
This one. Operating system layer, you mean?
General control, application control.
28.
28. Okay. So 28. Okay. So maybe for the people who are recording, I will quickly do because they should not miss out anything. So the point is, what is this 28? General control, application control. Guys, I'll ask you questions so that people who are taking up in the recording will try to match that. Okay. Now, I will ask you this. General control is divided into how many controls?
Management and
Type, sir.
General control is divided into how many means? You should not tell management environment. It is 2. It is
Two.
divided into 2. What are the 2 controls?
Management and
control,
environment.
environmental control.
Environmental control. Very good. So that is also done. Now, general control is to be confused, is not to be confused with what control? Application control. I told you application control is different. Now, then we told auditing. Auditing is for 2. What are the 2 auditing is for? Auditing of data. Auditing is of process. Data means raw facts and figures. So physical safety and access control. So PAC and LAC. What is PAC, guys? Expand PAC.
Physical access control.
Physical access control. Expand LAC.
Logical access control.
Logical access control. Now physical safety is physical access control. That means in person. Access control is logical access control through system. Auditing of process. Process means what we told. Converting input into output. Input is input validation, output is functional audit. We told all that. Then management information system. What did we say? The system that will give you all the information relating to management. Relating to management. How many criterias? 4. How did you remember? RTGS. What is RTGS? Expand.
Relevant.
Timely.
Timely, general accurateness, unstructured. Unstructured. Now then we opened a chart. Guys, we remember data analytics. We prepared one chart. Yes, that's what we are now explaining. How many divisions you put for data analytics?
3.
3. What are the 3?
Types of
applications, classification, and types. Correct? Data analytics means what? Examining the data. How many types of data analytics application? How many types of application we have? Easy. What is easy to remember? Explanatory and confirmatory. So we made that strong. The second limb is what? Classification. Quantitative, qualitative. Please prepare a chart. That's what we told you. Remember? Data analytics, number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 1 is types of application. Number 2 is classification. Number 3 is types. So types of application, easy. Classification, quantitative, qualitative. All that we told very simply. Types of data analytics is PDM, MDP. Correct? What is M? Machine learning. What is D? Data mining. What is P? Predictive analytics. Data mining, I told, mining is sorting or identifying through the trend pattern and relationship. Okay, I will tell this information for the people who are watching this video recorded. Guys, people who are taking up this recorded video, pause this video and try to see 2-3 times what I have told, so that it will be easy for you to understand. At one go, it will not be easy for you. It will be easy if you do it 2-3 times. So prepare a chart and keep. Okay. Now for people who are taking up the types, MDP, data mining, we told prediction means prediction. Whatever is colored, we have written. Correct? Keywords we have written, that is marked. Guys, machine learning, what did I tell? Connect with AI. What is AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. Where you will read artificial intelligence? Chapter number 4 of EIS. That in emerging technology, you will talk about, guys, robotics. Correct? That only is more artificial intelligence. Now, application where you will use the data analytics, that's what we told. Banking companies, credit card companies, e-commerce companies, mobile companies, and then healthcare companies. Correct? All the organizations we covered. Are we clear till this? Shall we go to the next level? Yes. So for people who are watching this video, I'll again repeat 2-3 times glance, you will get it very easily. Now, shall we go to the last set? Guys, business intelligence. Till now, I was talking about artificial intelligence. You remember? Now, artificial intelligence can be connected with business intelligence, and also you can connect that with the data analytics. See the connection. Data analytics. Why? Because it is a technology-driven process for analyzing the data. Are you guys understanding this connection? This will not be the connection that is given in the material. You should understand that for our understanding, we are able to conceptually connect. So please write business intelligence connect with artificial intelligence and data analytics. Because in data analytics, data mining and all will come. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I'll repeat again. First, write business intelligence connect with artificial intelligence and data analytics. Interconnected concepts. If you know one concept, you can connect everything. Data analytics, now only we told 3 heads. In that, data mining and all also came. So indirectly, all the points will be covered. So this is going to be so important for you to mark. What color I will use? Yes, I will use this. So important. Business intelligence, you need to connect with artificial intelligence and data analytics. Data analytics, what I will write here, including what is DM? Data mining. All these things are interconnected. Are we clear till this? Connection, connection, everything is connection. Don't see it as a concept, see it as a story. Who will be using this data analytics? Everyone, top level, middle level, low level. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Can you see what is this? Top level, middle level, and low level. Who is the top level when I marked here? Corporate executives. Who is the middle level?
Businessman.
Manager. Who is the low level? End user. Low level employees, and then it will go to end user. Correct? End user will not be forming part of the management. Correct? But through the low level or through that, they will try to connect with the end user. I'm just saying you to connect the top level, middle level, and the low level. Are we clear till this, guys? I wanted you to be thorough before you come to the next class. I'll ask you questions, we will visualize, and then only start with chapter number 3. I hope you are done with this. Shall we go to the next level? Business reporting. Business reporting. Reporting of what? Reporting of operating and financial data. Why we are talking about business reporting? Because this is the base for
XBR.
XBRL. Are you understanding what I'm saying? We already told what is there in XBRL. Correct? So business reporting is just public reporting of operating and financial data for what? For decision making. For decision making, you need to report. Correct? Guys, in auditing, you will have something called CARO. Do you know what is CARO? Expand CARO. Company Auditors Report Order. Don't you think reporting is the last thing? That's what they are saying. With reporting, what you will do? Decision making. That's what here it is called business reporting. There it is called company auditors reporting. Here it is called business reporting. So now what we should study? We should study what is XBRL. It is what reporting? Digital business reporting. So write this. Digital business reporting. Next is XBRL tagging. Remember FB tagging. You will be doing one post and you will tag people. Correct? Who and all wanted that relevant information, you will tag. Like that, what and all accounting records you wanted to do, you can connect that and call FB tagging is what we call in social media. Correct? Facebook. Here it is called XBRL tagging. It's only for you to understand. Example only. Now I told you, remember guys, if you completed this 51, listen carefully to me. I will wait for you. Finish this. XBRL tagging. Finish this and let me know. I will explain you what is actually this XBRL tagging. Let me know if you're done.
Yes.
Very good. If you're done, then we can go to the next level. Okay, listen carefully. Now, I told you XBRL will connect many countries' departments, many countries' financial reporting. Yes. Now, I told for our financial statement, what is the schedule? Schedule 3. It will not be there same for other countries also? Yes. Then don't you think you should have a common formatting reporting? Yes. Now, what is this XBRL tabbing? Matching India's financial records to that particular common digital business reporting. It will tag based on what is there already with the India and what is there as common so that they can understand. You need to have a proper common business reporting, correct? So tagging will do what? What will match from its ledger will connect with my ledger. Now what will happen? Tuck, 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 it will go get tagged. So what is there? For example, when I say current assets, there also if there is current asset, it will go and tag immediately. Otherwise, what you should understand, based on that particular reporting, you should change the name or you should find out. Maybe there they would have told contingency. Here you would have had a different word. You will go and connect that word based on contingency so that it gets tagged. Then only it will map. Otherwise, it will show validation error. Are you understanding what I'm saying? If you are not able to match your record and their record, it will show error. When the error will be complete? When you complete your tagging. When the error is 0, your balance sheet amount and that balance sheet amount in digital business reporting will match. Otherwise, it will only have a mismatch. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So the point is, you should connect yours with the digital business reporting. Only if it is 0, that means you have correctly tagged everything. Otherwise, it will show 1 lakh rupees or 1 crore rupees as a difference. You slowly correctly tag, it will slowly get reduced and it becomes 0. So their balance sheet also will tally, our balance sheet also will tally, but not the exact amount you will get in balance sheet total, correct? Balance sheet will tally, but it will not be like same amount. You will not be like 12 crore 50,000, there also 12 crore 50,000. It will only tag and match. Are you understanding this? So this is called what? XBRL tagging. Now, what are the features? Features are very simple. Now, okay, see, let's go and see what is XBRL tagging. The process by which any financial data is tagged with the most appropriate element in accounting taxonomy. That there will be something called ledger. That is called accounting taxonomy. You should go and match that. Any financial data is tagged with the most appropriate element in the accounting taxonomy. That is called what? Tagging. So please write this. Any financial data tagged with the most appropriate element is called tagging. Quickly write this.
Yes.
Have you completed?
Yes, sir.
Tagging is done. Good. So next, features. You don't need to write the features, just understand. There are definitions, there are rules, there are multilingual support. Guys, you know languages will be different, correct? Because it is what reporting? Digital business reporting for the whole world. So business rules will be different. Multilingual support. Multilingual support, strong software support, because then only you can match everything. This is just for you to understand, nothing to write. Just understand there are definitions, there are rules, there are lingual support, there are software support. 4 things. Next is regulatory complaints. Guys, you know regulatory complaints means what? Whatever the goals and organizations you have, you should cover business also. You should also comply with relevant laws, procedures, rules, and regulations also. Correct or not? So that is what they call it as regulatory compliance. It can be general, it can be specific. So write this. You can quickly write features also, no issues, we have time. So quickly do it. Once you do it, then I will sum up because we are done with chapter number 2. So features of XBRL, regulatory complaints and all don't write. It is only for you to understand. Regulatory complaints don't write, because regulatory complaints means what? Whatever rules regulation you should follow. That's all. Don't sit and write all that. Features of XBRL you can write. I'll mark this in green. Rules, definitions, language support, software support, everything has to be given. Please write this and keep. People who are watching this video, so don't just be seeing what is going to be there. Write and keep. The more you write, it is better. Have you guys completed? Regulatory rules and all, they are not going to ask you. I will sum up anyways the chapter number 2 again in the next class when we wanted to start. First chapter and second chapter will ask you questions and I will sum up. Have you completed this, guys? Everyone is done?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So guys, what we have done, we have started with the chapter number 2. Expansions we already loaded in the last class. Now we started and seen what are the different types. Chart and all was very vital because that only will help you remember. We will sum up again in the next class when we wanted to start with chapter number 3, and then only we can go. Are we clear till chapter number 2? 1 and 2, are you clear? Now after this, when you watch anything, the videos, you will be able to get the control. I'll also ensure that the academy gives you back. Okay, they will itself give you. There is no issues. Are we clear? Shall we close for the day? So when are we meeting?